Overlord of the Mistmoors. You have no idea how much I love seeing that. Resolve, and let me consult the star shards for 4. Our opponent might have a counter, which I do not mind. Beautiful. Because now I don't think he has enough to do anything. So we have 6, 11. So we can copy 3 things 3 times. So that, and I think I'm gonna copy the fountain port because clearly our opponent has a lot of removal spells. So let's see. At least the play was amazing. So at least we have that, you know. I think I'm just gonna go with 1 more because Ultima can actually take out everything, and we will lose all of our creatures. So I think, you know, I think that's the play. But like I said, at least the play was fantastic. Okay, so and we got the win. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another standard deck and it's going to be something a little bit different. Yes, you can see a lot of cards that you already know, especially this bad boy right here, Badgermole Cub. But if you guys are like me and you enjoy crazy stuff happening, this is the deck for you. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that this is a tier S deck. I'm not saying that, but if you guys like to have fun, win a couple games, and have crazy stuff happen, this is the deck for you for sure. Badgermole Cub works perfectly with Doppelgang. Doppelgang, if you guys don't know, it's one of my favorite cards. Not because it's super strong or easy to play with, because it's not. Very difficult to break a card like this, but this card can break Arena. With the amount of triggers you'll get and copies and stuff. So you can pay 3 every time you want to copy 1 thing. So if you pay 9, you get to copy 3 things 3 times. And as you know, Badgermole Cub, or whenever you tap a creature for mana, you add an additional forest. So how will this deck ideally work? You play turn 1 forest, Llanowar Elves, turn 2 whatever, Badgermole Cub, start creating land creatures that will tap for double the mana. Shared Roots helps you with ramping, same with Llanowar Elves. Overlord of the Hauntwoods helps with ramping. Then you have Earthbender Ascension that also helps with ramping. You have a lot of card draw like Consult the Star Shards, Outsmart the Amateur, which also works as a counter spell, and you get to still draw 1 card. Very good, trust me. Overlord of the Floodpits, big body, draws cards and discards. Wistfulness deals with enchantment artifacts, draws cards and discards, and this copies abilities, which means that if you have Virtue of Knowledge on the battlefield, you play a Badgermole Cub, is gonna create 2 lands that tap for 2 instead of just 1. With that being said, the whole point of the deck is to have as many Cubs as possible, as many creatures that tap for mana as possible, so as many Llanowar Elves and as many land creatures as possible, and then you doppelgang for as much as humanly possible as well. Then during the game you obviously decide on your own what it's best to take. You can just copy a bunch of Cubs and a bunch of Overlords or Wistfulnesses or Virtue of Knowledges, whatever, and just fill your board with stuff that you already own. Or you can go with the other route, which is beating your opponent with their own stuff, which is hilarious always. Or you can mix both things. As long as you have a lot of mana, this card is gonna end games, and a lot of people see this card on turn 2 and also immediately concede. Just before we go into the games, just a quick request for you guys, if you don't mind. Just if you enjoy the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're on our path to 350 subs is our next goal, and then 500 is our main goal for the first couple of months of the year. So that would be great. Comment down below what you think of the deck, what you think of the videos, how your day has been. It's great to talk to you guys in the comments. If you guys don't want to do any of that, don't worry about it. It's all good. I just have to ask because you know, sometimes it helps to ask. All I want is that you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, let's get in some games, see how the deck performs, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this deck as much as I did. Let's get in some games. That ninja will be our first opponent on play, as you guys know. In this last couple, I can keep this depending on what our opponent is playing. This hand can be crazy. In the last couple of weeks, we have been starting off with play games and then moving into ranked, just to make it a little easier to compare things and to test things out, you know. Fairly certain the cub will die immediately, but you know, he might not, and if it doesn't, we're living life. I do not believe that. Why is that glowing? Why don't mine glow? Okay, I'll definitely take that. I will definitely take that. Jesus Christ, 2 cups? That's crazy. We can impede that. I will go with that first, then this, I think. And I'm gonna go get, we have what, 1 of each? Yeah, 2 islands and 1 forest. I'll go get another forest. This will give us how much? 4 mana? 3 mana. So we can actually Overlord right now as well. So that's what we're going to do. Not gonna attack. We could attack with the cub, but I'm not going to. So now we kind of need to pay attention to see what our opponent does, and if everything goes according to plan, we will have the Wistfulness coming down next turn easily. We just need to choose what we do to pay. So let's see. At knife point. So okay, we can actually go and, oh my god, this sucks so much. We can actually go and pay and utilize both modes, so we can also copy this and start putting counters and stuff. Yeah, I'll put a counter there. And now, why is it choosing those two? Because that one has a counter. Oh right, because they're blue. Forgot about that. So I'll go with that. I'll choose both modes. We will draw. So that gets eaten by the Wistfulness. I kind of don't want that. I'd rather have Passing Say, to be honest. Those were terrible, crappy draws. Jesus Christ. We want something that draws us cards because we want to get to the Doppelganger as soon as possible, man. If we get to the Doppelganger, we're living life. Okay, so that's perfect, actually. I'll just go with that. Why not? Who cares? I will pass turn just because our opponent might play something that's very scary. I will attack with the forest because, and the wistful, the forest. Yeah, just the forest. Nah, actually I won't. I will just pass turn because our opponent might have like a board wipe or something and we can counter and draw. And if our opponent doesn't have anything, we'll just draw 3 cards and, you know, we're living life. Because right now, if we get to hit okay, so let's draw 3 cards. If we get to hit something like a Doppelgang, we're just gonna get crazy. Not that we have a lot to do, you know, but so okay, Virtue of Knowledge. Earthbender Ascension. Because we're gonna choose that, why not, who cares, and we're gonna put some counters there, or Earthbend or whatever. Gonna choose blue. So this is for counters, right? I'm gonna put a counter on the Cub. Wistfulness. And I think I'll choose green this time. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna go with Wistfulness with the counters, because he'll definitely block, and that way it will just be like the biggest one, you know. He will block or he will just kill it. Either or, but either way, that's the plan, I think. So I'll definitely attack with that. It's probably shoot the sheriff or something coming. Withering Torment, that's fine. Not that I care that much, and now I'll go and play a shared route, go get another island. We are trying to minimize our need for the cub, you know. Our opponent might have some board wipe that's basically -X, -X. Like the one where you have to pay life or something, so I'm kind of trying to think about that, but we are in a very decent position, but you know, just a card away, I think, and it's not even a doppelgang. I think we need a little bit of card draw in this one. Yeah, see, like a board wipe. We will get all the mana in the world, so I'm not really worried about that. You know, and this has a bunch of counters, so even if I get a land or mana or whatever, I'll just play the Llanowar Elves and it makes it huge immediately, so that's fine. I will go with that, why not? One island. And I think I can just attack with the island, just putting a little bit of pressure, you know, nothing too crazy. We will definitely consult the star shards next turn. For 4, we have all the mana in the world. I was hoping our opponent would be playing a little more stuff, you know, because like that, for example, but hopefully we won't die this turn. Because if he's attacking, then that hand must be filled with okay, so was that it? Are you gonna... Okay, that's perfect. So let's go fish for our doppelganger now. We can actually win next turn, so that... And I don't think I need more land, so I'm gonna go with that. We didn't get a cub, which would like quadruple all of our lands, but all of our mana, I mean. So there's 10, 11, 12. We basically have 12, 3, 6, 9. So we can copy 4 things. We can copy things 4 times. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Earthbender Ascension, and I'm gonna go with, I don't know. I don't think it matters, to be honest. Sure, Earthbender Ascension again, I guess. Oh, 12 is what we have, so we can only go with 3 permanents. 3. Okay, so Flickshot, that, and 1 Earthbender Ascension. Okay, so that's pretty good. Sure, I'll go with that. I'll put a counter there. Let's go get it with another forest. Everything is gonna be a creature, so we might die next turn. But at the same time, we're gonna get a bunch of counters on our Flickshot show-offs. So that's not terrible. Killing our opponent with their own stuff is always hilarious. So let's see. I will keep going with the Slickshot show-off route, because right now we are already killing our opponent. He said good game, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna quit, and good game, good game, good game. So a little touch and go there, you know. We didn't really find the cards we needed, the Doppelgang mostly, but imagine what this would have been if we had the two Badgermole Cubs still on the battlefield. That would have been absolutely insane, because all of these would tap for more, so we would probably get to, I don't know, copy like 5 things instead of just 3 or 6 things, you know. Unfortunately, our opponent took a little while to play some stuff, but you know, we still got to copy a little bit of what he had. I was hoping for more interesting things, but we got what we got, and it was enough for the win. So let's get into another one. So let's Ho the Brilliant, I guess it's gonna be our second opponent. Nope, terrible hand. This one is slightly better. I will take out the Virtue of Knowledge, and you know, hopefully we will not get screwed. Actually, Ho is our third opponent. We got the game against the mono green Cub deck as well, but our opponent just got everything. I think I'm gonna go with this immediately. I don't care. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So that, and that. Most likely, without a doubt, the Cub will die. Like, our opponent is playing Dimir, so there's not really a shortage of yeah, I don't care, you can do that. There's not really a shortage of removal spells in Dimir, but you know. And we got the win. So our opponent just said, no, I'm not gonna deal with this. We get the win. The Cub is very scary, but I don't think people should just quit like this on turn 3, I guess, or some crap like that. But you know, it's Magic, it's on play. People are not gonna play against the decks they don't like to play. I do the same thing sometimes when I'm not trying to record, so totally understand it. Let's try this on ranked now. Beat the Virtuous is our first opponent. He's just beat. On ranked, I will keep this hand. This hand isn't terrible, depending on what we're playing against. Okay. We are going to see... It's like the beginning of the season, so we are going to see all of the try-hard decks, you know, try-harding, just to get those sweet, sweet rank ups. But, you know, it is what it is. We need to live with that. I will pay 2 life. And now what should I do? Shared Roots, Llanowar Elves? Probably. I'll go get a blue source because we already have a lot of green. And you know, now we just... we're in Doppelgang territory, my friends. If we get a Cub, that's insanity. We can Artcast Overlord of the Hauntwoods. We can Artcast Wistfulness as well. There is something to say about that. Okay. That sucks. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. That's definitely not enough. We can Wistfulness for 2. We can also evoke it. I think I would rather try... Well, our opponent doesn't really have anything, so... I think I would rather try and have our opponent... I will take that one out. Have our opponent try and remove the Wistfulness instead of worrying about more pressing matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will have 7 mana available. That's not a lot. I'll do this just to... Why not? You know? I cannot block with Wistfulness. And it's now a 2-2. Okay. I have no idea what the hell our opponent has. I'm gonna pay 2 life, and I'm going to do this. Should I, or should I try and do that? Because right now I'm honestly very confused with what to do. This will definitely give me more mana and more, well, more creatures and more mana, but I will not have enough. Yeah, I'll do this. I think this is the... I don't know if I can say the right play, but it is a play. It's for sure. I don't think it matters that much. I think everything is pretty well balanced. So I can also go with that, but I don't want to for now. Yeah, Floodpits Drowner, that's for sure. Taking out what? The Wistfulness? The Breathing Pool? Okay. Kind of weird. I'm not gonna block with the Breathing Pool either way. I mean, I could, but, you know, I can't. Legally, I can't. I can trade the Wistfulness with the Floodpits Drowner, but he's not attacking. I could block with Llanowar Elves. We'll take 3 more. Let's see what we get next turn. Okay, so we got the Cub, which is great. I will play the Cub on an island. And now let's see how much mana we have available. So 2, 4, 6. So we can copy what? 2 things? We can copy 2 things, right? No, we can copy only 1 thing. Okay, so it's definitely not enough for now. I will impede this though. We're only on 6 life. I don't think this is like super smart, but Tishana's Tidebinder. Okay, so it chose that instead of the Badgermole Cub's ability. That's kind of weird, not gonna lie. We will be forced to present some blocks now. So it's not attacking with Tishana's Tidebinder or the Floodpits Drowner, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna say that again. You know what? I think I'm gonna risk it 1 more turn because we're gonna go down to 3. Okay, that's not necessarily what I was looking for, but I think our opponent has to have another Tidebinder. I think that's the reason why it doesn't matter. So we'll copy 2 things twice. So the Floodpits Drowner and I guess the Spyglass Siren because it's a flyer, right? Let's see. Our opponent must have something. It's impossible. It counters. Okay, I guess not. Very confused. So that. And that, sure. I could have tried and, you know, use the Cub, for example. I don't think that matters that much. Let's see what we'll get. Shared roots, I don't want that. And I'll go with that again. On that one, for example. Okay, we got another land, we'll play it. That's great for the Earthbender Ascension, I mean. And now let's see what happens. Because Enduring Curiosity. Okay, we have a bunch of blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. Okay, Preacher of the Schism. I'm starting to feel pretty good. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this right about now. So I think I'm gonna go with another Earthbender Ascension first. We can go with that one. And let's put an island. We'll get a couple more counters on our Earthbender Ascensions. We have a lot of mana. A lot of mana. And we haven't played the land, I don't think. So I could do this. Okay, I will discard that one because I want to do this. I'll put the counter there. Sure, why not? I will not attack. I want to keep the Outsmart the Amateur open. I could actually... No, I won't. Well, that might be kind of stupid. I honestly don't know, but I will keep this the way that it is right now. He will be able to attack with Azure the Beastbinder, that's for sure. But depending on what he does... Okay, so he can do that. I have no way to block except with Llanowar Elves, which... Well, actually no, I also have that one, but I'll block that there. Okay. There's no damage, I just lose one creature that I don't particularly care about. Now let's see what our opponent has, because this might get dangerous, you know? Another creature, I do not care about that. I would much rather draw 3 cards. Were the 3 cards good? No. But you know, they could have been worse as well. So there's always that. So I'm going to do that for 4. I have all the mana in the world. Doppelgang, that's perfect. And the Cub, again, beautiful. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play another Cub. Does not really matter. Now let's see how much mana I have. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can copy a lot of things again. So 3 at least. Yeah, so I'll have 10, so I can copy 3 things. So I'll copy the Enduring Curiosity. I'll definitely copy the Drowner. I'll copy the Enduring Curiosity, and I'll copy the Spyglass Siren again. And we got the win. So, that was crazy. But this is the power of Doppelgang, man. This is why I really, really, really love this card. Yeah, I'm on gold tier 4 because, again, everything just started. But this is the power of the Badgermole Cub plus Doppelgang, man. It's just a crazy card. We risked it a lot. We were looking for the Cubs, kept Llanowar Elves in the land, so we just took the hits. We didn't attack, we were very patient, and you know, we were going to start to do some stuff right now because I would probably tap the 2 Preachers and the Azure Beastbinder, you know, with the 3 Floodpits Drowners. I would get a couple lands, I think, with the Earthbender Ascension. I might be wrong on that, because I think I already played the land, yeah. But, you know, we would have got some cards for sure out of this, but pretty decent game. Let's get into another one, guys. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try. But let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Damn, man. I cannot say no to this end. I cannot. 3 Cubs? Jesus. This will either go ridiculously well or extremely bad. That there is no in between for this end. There is definitely no in between for this, like you know. We have 3 mana, but unfortunately this only gives green, which kind of sucks. We could be able to choose, but I'm not gonna complain that much. Okay, we can go fish for another one, I guess. So let's go get another Badgermole Cub. And I am not gonna risk it, but I think I will evoke and try and get more lands. Oh, I can't, right? Because I need another blue source. Yeah, but I'm just gonna attack with that one and pass turn. Just chill, and next turn we'll see what we do, because we only have 2 lands. We need another blue so that I can play the Overlord of the Floodpits. But if we don't get it, I will just consult the star charts and go get what we have, basically, what we can get. I mean, let's see what our opponent does, because this port state is kind of scary, you know, like we're playing against Azorius, so that's always very controlly, but he can also just be like a regular. I say regular like I don't love the deck. It's not super strong, like an artifact deck or a merfolk deck maybe, because of Lorwyn. Azorius merfolks is a thing. Not super strong, I don't think, but you know, a lot of people are trying. I don't know if our opponent's here or not. I guess not. Shared roots, I'll take it. I will take a shared roots for sure. I will go get a blue. It comes in tapped, unfortunately, but you know, what I'll do is play the blue, play the cub. Okay, so our opponent is definitely here. Maybe he has a counter. If he has a counter, I'll consult the star shard. I saw my opponent go like this, you know, like the cards got highlighted, so he's either really like meticulous or I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go get a blue. And I will play the third cub. This might be super risky, man. I might be doing the dumbest thing of my life, but there's no point in copying that. I'm going to consult the star charts now, and hopefully we'll get another blue source. I'll take the forest then. If that's what we get, then I'll take it, and let's go with that. Like, worst case scenario, I don't know, like a split up or something, and we get all the land back as lands. I think that's another thing that people, well, not misjudge or ignore, but like people don't value as strongly as they probably should. The fact that Badgermole Cub, these are creatures, but they will turn into lands. So I can try and impede, or I can try and evoke. I'll attack with the 3 cubs and see what our opponent does, first and foremost, because we're talking about 6 damage, which is a lot already. Okay. I think I will try and impede this. Okay, that worked as well. I have no idea what our opponent has. I will discard that, I think. I'm not gonna play the other cub, that's for sure. I think I will literally just pass turn because I can feel a board wipe coming. Okay, so he was holding on consult the star shards, but he has, you know, board wipey cards, so we'll see. And he just added black to the mix. Okay, I'm expecting like a split up or something, or a win, either or. I don't know, this game was kind of weird. We got the win, so that's the most important thing. But like I said, the game was kind of weird. Our opponent didn't really do much except to consult the star shards and not do anything for a turn. But yeah, I guess that's it. Perfect. Let's get into another one. So after that win, we got 2 losses. Like one, we just didn't see a single cub, a single anything, basically. Doppelgang, yeah. And the other one, our opponent just played with the Burrows mobilized deck, and it was a little bit too much for us. So if I breathing pool, play 2 life, yeah, I think that's best because I can breathing pool. Yeah, I think it's completely indifferent, so I'll pay 2 life. I'll go with that, and now I'll go shared roots. Go get a forest there, it doesn't really matter, and I got the win, so Okay, so I'm pretty sure our opponent was playing something similar, but I don't know, man. It just... Why? You're on rank. It's turn 2. I get it. I did a lot of things. Sure, but why? I do not understand the psychology of Magic the Gathering arena players sometimes. Like, just quitting baffles me every single time. But let's get into another one, guys. Okay, so another rank up game that went terribly wrong, because of course it did. we either win in the first 2 minutes or we get to rank up games and nothing works. Not the best end, but I'll keep... Like, we had to mulligan, right? So immediately starting off wrong, but cool. We're playing against life gain and our opponent just and again life gain, but our opponent started, and hear me out on this one, with 2 ley lines of hope. With 2 ley lines of hope on the battlefield for free, and we had to mulligan, and then we couldn't like see any card draw, anything, you know. Let's see if this one goes a little bit better. It's tough, but already started off a little bit crazy, but let's see. So I'm going to go shared roots. No, I need to think about this, because we can also go Earthbender Ascension, get another creature. I think that's better, because we're gonna get another land now. Probably blue, most likely. Obviously, I'm not gonna attack. Okay, Ruin Lurker Bat. Let me guess. Sheltered by Ghosts on the Cub, or something like that. Nope. On the Essence Channeler, because of course. Because of course. It took... Okay. I'm not gonna comment. Really, I'm not gonna comment. I'm super fine with that. I appreciate it. I appreciate that tremendously. So we're gonna go with... I have 2, 4, 5 mana available. We can actually go with Wistfulness and pay both. Like, go with a big one, because we can... we're gonna get cards and we're gonna destroy the Shelter by Ghosts, so we're gonna get another land. I'm gonna go with a forest now. Again, not that it matters, but we're gonna discard something. What are we discarding? I think shared roots. And let's play the island. I'm not gonna attack, no. So now we have a big blocker. I don't mind trading with the Essence Channeler. If needed, I don't mind blocking the Essence Channeler either. Okay, so Banishing Light on what? Wistfulness, perfect, beautiful. Attack with everything, come on. That's fantastic, love that. Love that for you. Okay. This is risky, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'll definitely take this. So, landfall, let's see. We have that. We have 9, so we can copy what? 2 things twice, right? So we can copy, for example, 2 cubs and the Banishing Light, for example, because we have 7. Yeah. So we'll copy 2. We will copy, well, I think I want actually Banishing Light, that's for sure, and because I'm gonna take out the Essence Channeler and something else, so probably the Sanctifier, no, because that will give me life. I'll take the Sanctifier actually, because like I said, that will give me life, so I'll take that. I'll take that. So we're gonna get some life. Our opponent loses his biggest threat. We're not gonna attack, because next turn we can, like, yes, 2 flyers, so that's very dangerous obviously, but next turn we can Overlord the Floodpits, for example. Get some blockers in the air, you know. Plus, we cannot forget that we are gaining life. So that's actually fantastic for us. Landfall, sure. I'm gonna start making things bigger. Yeah, I will play this just straight up. Why not? Getting 2 life, getting a blocker in the air, getting cards. I'll take that one out. I will pass turn and just attack with that, because I kind of want to see what our opponent has, and we can either draw a lot of cards or just consult the star shards and see if we can get something. And we got the win. Finally, we got the win after, well, I say finally, like this is the first win. But like the last, what, 3 games, even the one that we won in the middle of the 2 losses, were complete and utter crap for us. Like, we didn't see the most important cards of the deck, unlike in this game where we got the Wistfulness to take care of the Sheltered by Ghosts, we got the Cub, we got a lot of card draw, we got a Doppelgang, which is the focal point of the deck with the Cub. But with the amount of card draw I had in the other 2 games, it's just crazy that we couldn't really win, but we got this one in the bag. Let's get into another one. Okay, so this is the rank up game and it's going to lead us to gold 3, or not, or maybe not. Now I will actually keep this. It might be wrong, it might not be the greatest end, but we will have a bunch of mana and we will be able to start taking stuff out, cleaning the deck a little bit with these shared roots, you know. So I think that's important. Like, we're ramping, we're taking out lands so that in later turns that won't really be a problem. So Lockmare, and we got the Doppelgang, which is very good. I am going to go with Share Root still. We have one of each, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I will just pass turn. I think our opponent will just attack and take one of these out. Or 2, I don't know. Okay, so maybe not. Okay, so we are open for Wistfulness next turn, taking out the Overlord of the Floodpits, right? Because that's an enchantment and we will get to draw cards. So let's see what happens. So that one's out. Bye. And okay, so now we will take out the shared root. It doesn't really matter anymore. We saw 3, which is insanity. I wouldn't expect the Wistfulness to survive either way. So we are now basically just playing like the waiting game, you know. So if I go with this, we'll still have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So it's not enough. But I think I want to draw cards. Should I play this straight up as a creature? Is it as impending 4? You know what? I will straight up play this as a creature because I will use the map tokens on it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take this one out just because, and hear me out, we will draw more land. See, there you go. Let me do this as well, I don't care. Yeah, we'll get the Cub. So our opponent now will most likely be like, okay, so do we kill the Overlord? Do we kill the Cub? Do we kill both? Probably both, if I had to guess. Either that or he's going to try and be super aggressive with Lockmare, but okay. I will definitely do that, yeah. Let's go with that. Now, how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Let's just make things a little bit problematic for our opponent, you know? I will pass turn. I will not use the map tokens because I want to consult the star shards and see what we get. Because, okay, so everything gets destroyed and the turn ends. Fine with that. I'll take another cub. Yes. Definitely. So we're gonna do the same thing. Play the cub. Put an island there and just pass turn. But now, if our opponent does something similar, we'll consult the star shards for 4, obviously. Okay, Overlord of the Mistmoors. You have no idea how much I love seeing that. Resolve, and let me consult the star shards for 4. Our opponent might have a counter, which I do not mind. Beautiful. Because now I don't think he has enough to do anything. So we have 6, 11. So we can copy 3 things 3 times. So that, and I think I'm going to copy the fountain port because clearly our opponent has a lot of removal spells. So let's see. At least the play was amazing. So at least we have that, you know. I think I'm just gonna go with one more because Ultima can actually take out everything. And we will lose all of our creatures, so I think, you know, I think that's the play, but like I said, at least the play was fantastic. Okay, so and we got the win. So that was goddamn perfect. That was goddamn perfect, man. I was so scared for another Ultima, you have no idea. But that was literally what the deck wants to do. In a single turn, we went from an island and a Badgermole Cub to 4 Cubs, 3 lands because I was scared of the Ultimas, or it would have been 4, 3 Overlord of the Mistmoors as creatures, and 6 2/1s, you know, just utilizing our opponent's cards to beat them. Our opponent decided to counter the Consult the Star Shards, leaving us completely open for a huge Doppelgang, which we took advantage of, so can't really complain. Let's see what happens next. Okay, let's see how this deck performs on gold rank 3. I know it's still very below what you guys want to see, but it's still decent, you know. Terrible opening hand. Okay, this one is a little bit better. I will take out Outsmart the Amateur just because I'm not that far away, but it makes it very slow, you know. And we can draw cards with the Overlord of the Floodpits, even though we do not have 2 blue, but we still don't have 2 blue for that one. So there we go. Forest, Llanowar Elves, perfect play. Or not. Perfect play was to get a cub right now. That would be amazing. So is this going to be what, Simic Omniscience or something like that? Something dumb like that. Because if it is, we're definitely gonna need everything. All of our cards. There we go. I'll take that one. So let's go with the cub. We put that one there. And now we have exactly 5 mana, right? So let's play the 5 mana. We'll discard that one. Why not? Okay, so now we have a little bit of power on the board. And our opponent is fishing for stuff. So, okay. I can see that. First of all, I'm going to attack because this draws cards. I'm attacking with just those 2. Because let's see what we get first. Perfect. Actually, perfect. Our opponent only has 2 lands. So this actually works out pretty well in our favor. Sure. I think I will just pass turn, to be honest. We could have done something differently, but I think just passing turn is a little bit better. Okay, another Esper Origins. I don't know if our opponent doesn't find something. Our opponent has something. I can feel it. Let's see. 5, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to... No. Like, I'm going to attack first. So, attacking with only those. Okay, so I'll take the shared roots out. We are not clear by any means. I could go with this for 3. Start impeding stuff. Okay. I'll take that one out. Because now we can outsmart the amateur and counter something our opponent plays. Unless it's uncounterable, but I can't do anything if it is. But I don't know what our opponent could do now except a board wipe, or doesn't have enough mana for Yuna. And Esper Origins does not save him. Let's see. We have a counter, so that's good. Surveil, you gain 2. He gets a creature. I will counter it. Because that way he gets nothing. And we win. This is certain. So I'll just pass turn. And we got the win. There's no need to complicate things, man. I'm just gonna go straight into that and just deal the damage. Good game. So this one was a decent game to start the new rank. The issue with this one was I feel our opponent was a little bit minus screwed. Because I'm going to assume this is Yuna deck because, you know, enchantment. So definitely, and plus Yuna here, but you wear the sleeves that you want. Definitely a Yuna deck. We were most likely a turn away of being in serious trouble. But with that being said, our board was very healthy and Doppelgang would just go goddamn crazy. We didn't need to do any of that. The Cubs and the Overlords took care of everything else, so pretty decent. Let's get into another one. So, final thoughts, everyone. I really like this deck. I think it needs a little bit more control. You only have basically Outsmart the Amateur for that, which is a counter/draw, and 1 Wistfulness that takes care of artifacts or enchantments, which is very important. But apart from that, there's not really a lot you can do, so I would most likely add more Wistfulnesses. For sure, at least 1 or 2 more. Probably another one of these. Virtue of Knowledge, I think it's too much. So I don't think you need 3. Maybe even 1 is more than enough for that, you know. The rest, I think it works pretty well. Like, you get to a point where Doppelgang is going to win the game by itself. I would say probably go like this. Wistfulness, 3 Wistfulness, 3 Outsmart the Amateurs, 1 Virtue of Knowledge. I think that will make the deck a little bit more solid, or just 2 Wistfulnesses and maybe 3 Overlords, for example, or 3 Shared Roots, and just put a couple counters here, or, you know, something like that. Fight spells, something that will allow you to, in certain matchups, get a little bit more time to actually develop your game plan. But like I was saying, you know, once you get more than 1 cub on the battlefield and you have Llanowar Elves, you have a bunch of lands as creatures, Doppelgang just becomes deadly. Your opponents, unless they counter it, it's going to be very difficult to deal with that after, because the cubs will give you a lot of mana to do a lot of different things. Doppelgang will copy every single threat that your opponent has. It's a crazy card. I really do love this card. I think it has to have some way of breaking it eventually, in whatever mode it is, if it's standard, if it's brawl or commander or whatever. Doppelgang, I think Doppelgang and Badgermole Cub work perfectly in tandem. Most games won't go as far, as you can see. A lot of people quit the moment they see this little cub right here, and I get why. It's a very annoying card. It gives a lot of advantage if played in the second turn immediately, especially if you get like 2 in a row or something. It gets crazy. But I don't know if this is a deck that's gonna get you to Mythic. I think it can be improved. I definitely believe you guys can make this a little bit better. Like I said, if you go with a little bit of more of control as well, not as aggressive ramp, trying to just get as much land for a doppelgang, because a lot of times you're just stuck with the shuffler's wishes and wills, you know, so you kind of have to quote unquote bend over and take it when the shuffler doesn't want to, you know, find you a cub or a doppelgang, which unfortunately it will not a lot of times, because you have a lot of card draw, so you should be seeing those cards a lot, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Also Wistfulness. But yeah, this was the video. Let me know if you guys try out the deck. If you're like me in a lower rank, try it out. If you have the cards especially, I really think this deck is a lot of fun. I really think if you guys like crazy turns, this deck will provide that, because of Doppelgang and because of the Badgermole Cub. We are all tired of seeing this card, but it's a fantastic card, what can we say? So let me know what changes you guys would make down in the comments. Let me know if you guys try out the deck or not, and how did the deck work for you. I will probably continue to play with it a little bit more before the video is live, so I don't know if before editing I get to rank up with it again. I will probably just show a little clip of it right now in the final thoughts, and just to show you guys that it is possible to rank up a little bit more. I don't think you're gonna get to mythic with this deck, especially not now in the beginning of the new season, because people are gonna play the most try-hard decks that they can find, so it is what it is. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave that like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that helps out a ton, and it's extremely appreciated, man. You know, it's 325 subs. Let's get to 350. That would be amazing. By the end of the month, that would be fantastic. I will work on that with you guys as always. So really hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.